Good morning, dear students. In this video, we will see about velocity versus time. In the earlier video, we have seen distance versus time. Now, this is velocity versus time. We know that velocity is a vector quantity as it has magnitude as well as direction. The velocity versus time graph of a body moving along a straight line in its positive direction. Understand this line, velocity versus time graph of a body which is moving along a straight line and that too in the positive direction. That means forward direction, not backward, right? And without changing its direction and even not changing the direction, then we can consider that graph is similar to speed versus time graph. And with this, we can get two different things. One, the velocity versus time graph for a body moving in a straight line in a positive direction without changing direction. So that will be in the same direction. And then, as soon as the direction changes along with the acceleration, so we are able to get two different plots in the same graph like this. Initially, the body is not changing the direction. So, this is the velocity in the same direction. And as soon as the acceleration is given, accelerator is given, the body travels with the positive direction in the increasing manner, and that gives us the slope. Right? So, this is how velocity versus time graph slope gives acceleration of the body. This is change in velocity, this is change in time. If you extrapolate this E up to this will be the final velocity, and if you extrapolate this point here, it will be the initial velocity. So, final minus initial, here initial time, final time, upon final minus initial time. So, V minus U upon T, that will give us acceleration. So, slope of the velocity versus time graph gives us acceleration, and the area under a velocity time graph gives us displacement of the body. That initially body was here, and then initially body is here, and finally body is there. It is the displacement. Here also you can see at time t initial, the body is at here. Without changing the direction, velocity of the body, that means without changing direction, it is straight line positive at final time t. So this is from here to here change in position. So displacement, we can say the displacement done by the body is measured in the terms of distance, and so the area covered can give us distance travelled by the body. We can say that the area under a velocity time graph gives displacement of the body, which is equal to the distance travelled. So here is the velocity time graph for uniform motion of the car, where velocity is uniform. It means there is no change in the direction. Only in the similar direction the body is changing. Instead of this, if it is speed, then it will be considered as a constant. But here it is velocity, so it is continuing in the motion but in the same direction. So if I want to know the distance travelled here, then the distance S is equal to area of the rectangle, which is length into breadth. If we consider length as A, B or CD, and if we consider breadth as AC, this or BD, then AB, which is parallel to T1, T2. So T2 minus T1 and AC, that is equal to 30 km minus 0. Time is measured in hour velocity is kilometer per hour given. So hour cancel, we will get answer in kilometer, and kilometer means the measurement of the distance. So we will get distance traveled by the help of area of the given graph. In the same way, here is the graph velocity versus time graph for the uniform acceleration. Acceleration means change in velocity. Initially the velocity was not changing, same direction, but now the direction is changed. So if I want to know the acceleration change, then acceleration will be change in velocity, c e minus d, and time changes is d minus a, so t2 minus t1. So here we would get v minus u upon t, acceleration. And from these graph also we can calculate the distance traveled. Initially it is this portion, rectangle, and finally it is triangle. So area of trapezium ABCD is separated into rectangle and area of triangle. Rectangle is length into breadth, and formula of triangle is 1/2 base into height. So here length is AB and breadth is BC. AB into BC. Half base. For this triangle ACD, base is AD, right, and height is DE. So AD into DE. This is how we will be able to calculate area of the travelled body, that is the distance. Non-uniform velocity in the decreasing. See here, at 0 the body is at rest, then as time increases, less than 1 second, body has travelled nearly 18, that means from 20 to 18, decreasing, then even 18 to 17, 17 to 16, then decreasing at the time, respective time increasing, and it is reaching at 0 nearly at 6 seconds. So with the increase of the time, velocity is decreasing, right? So acceleration is negative retardation. And here you can see, with the increase of the time, first the body increases the speed, then decrease, then increase, then decrease. So increasing, decreasing is continuous, and this is the mixed velocity time graph, right? So this graph's idea about slope and area is helpful to us to calculate the equations for the motion, which we will see in the next video. So derivation of the equations of motion. First of all, derivation of the first equation of motion, which is final velocity half curve v is equal to initial velocity u plus acceleration into time taken. For this first equation, we will need the graph, which is the relation velocity versus time relation in the uniform direction. Now here let us consider, this is the graph of velocity versus time. Initially body is at the rest position, then it starts its motion, and in a similar direction it reaches here, that is initial velocity, and now the direction changes and the body is now at finally this position. If I extrapolate this fixed position towards y-axis, because in the graph we have only 2D magnitudes, one is y-axis, one dimension, and second dimension, that is x-axis. So we need to show this changes on the respective axis. Here the time has finally reached to this on x-axis, and this final velocity is shown here on y-axis. From this, what we can make out? This is O, point A, B, C, and here extrapolating this, it is D. This point is 0 at the rest, initial velocity u, final velocity half curve v, final time t. So we can read the graph as, here for a respective body, initial velocity is u, this, which can be considered as the graphical point as A to O, which is parallel here D to C. Final velocity is from this to this, and now it has reached here. So we can consider this whole as final velocity BC, which is equal to half curve V. Time taken is from 0 to T, that is O to C, and which is parallel to A to D. Acceleration is small a, which we will get by change in velocity per time taken. Now, as per the definition, we know what is acceleration. Acceleration of a body is equal to rate of change of velocity. Because if we see first equation with final velocity, initial velocity with time t, we need acceleration. And so we will consider acceleration of a body, that is rate of change of velocity. And here rate of change of velocity is given by slope. As just I have explained in velocity versus time graph. Slope will give us the change in velocity, and that is acceleration. So as per the graph, acceleration is equal to slope of the graph, that is line AB. Now what is line AB? If I consider this line AB, I will have to make this right triangle to consider it as a slope. Slope, that means inclined slant line, like a slide, right? You know slide, slapsani. It's like this. And the right angle drawn to this slant line will give us the idea about the change in this position. So here it is BD upon AD. BD upon AD. But normally I don't know what is BD. So actually I know what is BC. Final velocity BC minus initial velocity DC will give me idea about BD. So BD is equal to BC minus DC upon AD. Now what is BC and DC? Let us see. BC. So you know what? BC is V and DC is U. AD is T. So BC V minus U upon T. It is what? Acceleration. So A is equal to V minus U upon T. This is the first basic formula which we got from the graph. Right? Change in velocity upon time as per the definition. Now, if I will consider this T from denominator to numerator, then it will be A multiplied by T is equal to V minus U. Still, I want to know final velocity. So, I will consider this minus U here. It will be plus U. U plus AT is equal to V, which is rearranged, and it is final velocity V is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time, the first equation of motion. So this is called derivation, because initially I was not having anything, only I was having the graph. With the help of this graph, its representation, and with the help of the definition and the graphical representation, we have come to the end point with a formula. We have derived it, we have got it. And so this type of getting the formula from the graph and definition together is called derivation of the equation. With this is the first equation. We will see the derivation of the equation 2 in the next video, and derivation of the equation 3 even in one more video. Thank you.